Did I put in my letter?
You finally returned. How was your journey to Jueyun Karst? I see. Huh. Moon Carver, Mountain Shaper, Cloud Retainer, Conqueror of Demons. Some of these names have never come up in the intel the Fatui gets hold of. As a returning gift, I too have information for you. Regarding the Archon's passing, the Liyue Qixing's response really has given me food for thought. They've announced that, as the true killer has not yet been found, they are not allowing anyone to pay their respects to the Exuvia. They've even gone so far as to try and cut off information. But with the right of dissension and all, even the Qixing isn't able to keep a lid on things.
Exuvia?
It's common knowledge in Liyue that Rex Lapis is also an Adeptus. The Geo-Archon is also the god of contracts, and is also known as the Exuvia, prime of the Adepti. The mighty and illuminated Adepti of today all signed contracts to protect Liyue way back then.
Guess that explains why they're all so focused on Liyue's well-being.
Naturally, they both have the responsibility and the aptitude for the job. If the ruling Qixing became unable to perform their duty properly, the Adepti have the right to take corrective action. The Geo-Archon spirit has risen, so why would the Qixing hide his vessel? Truly suspicious.
Oh, right! He's the whole reason we came here! If the Liyue Qixing has locked up Exuvia and won't let anyone near, then our quest to find the Seven is already over.
Oh? You're trying to find the Seven? And just why might that be, pray tell? Nice answer. A knight that gets duped by the Fatui would really be no knight at all now, would they? But I can help you with that too, you know.
Really?
Give me some time. Time to find someone. Someone who can help you break through this stalemate. Truly fascinating. The harder they try to silence the situation, the greater the chaos that erupts. If you want to be around to see it all come crashing down, best you stay alive until we next meet, yes?
Welcome, friend of child, and congratulations on the first day of your illustrious career with the Fatui. You sound remarkably sure of yourself. Remember, we are mere mortals. Our ideas are fluid like water. Only the Tsaritsa truly has a will as solid as the permafrost. But back to the matter at hand. Child tells me that he has upheld his end of your agreement.
What agreement? Oh, the thing about him helping us find a guy?
Correct. Child promised he would find someone to break the stalemate, and the Harbingers do not break their promises lightly.
Ah, where is that guy anyway?
Child is currently at Lioli Pavilion.
Oh, Paimon knows this one! There are two styles of cooking in Liyue, known as Li style and Yue style. They have been competing for centuries, but neither has emerged as the clear winner. The flagship restaurant of the Li style is the Liyue Pavilion. The owner especially chose to open the restaurant at Feiyuan Slope so they could compete face-to-face with the Xinyue Kiosk, which is the flagship restaurant of the Yue style. Don't talk to Paimon like that! Anyway, Paimon's hungry. Let's get moving.
If I take the loan,
Aha, you made it. As promised, I found someone who can help you. Someone who can solve the mystery of why the Liyue Qixing would hide the Geo-Archon's vessel.
So, where is he? In Liyue Pavilion?
He certainly is. Come, I'll introduce you. I took the liberty of setting up a business dinner, as per the Liyue custom.
Welcome back, sir. You honor us with your patronage. Mr. Zhongli is awaiting your arrival in the room you booked.
Hi. Allow me to introduce Mr. Zhongli, consultant to an organization known as Wangsheng, and a trusted associate of the Fatui. Indeed, Wangsheng's line of work can be sensitive at times. Let's just say they understand when discretion is needed. And we, the Fatui, have always been glad to do business with friends who walk in the shadows.
Walk in the shadows?
It is an honor to meet you. I have heard tell of you from Mondstadt.
Discretion? Shadows? Is Wangshan some kind of business involving dealing with people?
Indeed. It is as you have guessed. The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor organizes burials. We ensure that those who pass on do so in peace.
Huh?
Did you think he was some sort of hired killer? The Fatui calls many such people friends, but the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does not dabble in such business. Well, ostensibly. Well, they are still... I shouldn't say too much. In any case, I brought you to meet Mr. Zhongli because...
Because I can bring you to see Rex Lapis's vessel.
What?
Don't be so surprised. Sure, the Geo-Archon's body has been squirreled away by order of the Tianquan Ningguang. But first, let's hear what Mr. Zhongli has to say, shall we?
Rex Lapis may be the prime of Adepti, but he is ultimately an Adeptus. Many Adepti have left us over the millennia. This is the inexorable trend. The times have changed. You must have felt it too when you were at Jueyun Karst. As you have seen, the time of the Adepti is ending, and the time of mankind is slowly dawning. In years past, Liyue's tradition was that a huge memorial service be held to mark the passing of every adeptus. But this time, the Qiqi have made no attempt whatsoever to respect this tradition.
Yeah, the killer hasn't even been caught yet.
Deicide or not, the concern of the Wangsheng funeral parlor is this. When the ritual to receive this god is so kingly, it is all the more egregious for his final send-off to go unattended to. Traveler, Child has told me a lot about you. Since you have had dealings with the Animo Archon, could I ask you to help me prepare the Geo Archon's last rites?
A wise decision. The Tianquan Ningguang has forbidden anyone from accessing Rex Lapis's vessel, which of course you would need to access if you were to achieve your goal of meeting all of the 7.
Precisely. Only by participating in the rite of parting will you be able to see the form of Rex Lapis again. If we are agreed, come with me. We will speak of the details as we walk.
All right, my bridge building work here is done. Turned out well, didn't it? You can go if you want to. Don't worry about me. I might just have a few more drinks and get acquainted with these things they call chopsticks in the meantime.
After having experienced the land of the absentee Archon, Traveler, how does it feel to know that our Archon and Adepti are here all around you in Liyue? I see. So you're that sort of person. It's not a bad thing. But I suppose you have yet to experience the substance of Liyue's 3,700 years of divinity. Organizing the rite of parting should prove to be an enlightening part of your travels. Liyue is the most prosperous of the 7 nations, defended by deities and ruled by the Qiqi. As such, the diplomatic maneuverings of the Fatui have gained no purchase here. Ningguang of the Qiqi has always been on her guard against the Fatui. That is in all likelihood why Child wants to make use of the Wangsheng funeral parlor's connections.
Huh. What would Child get out of us doing the rite of parting anyway?
I neither know nor do I wish to know. As far as I am concerned, the Fatui are merely financial sponsors. I only wish for Liyue's traditions to endure. These are the advance funds that Child has provided. If you use them up, you can go to him to apply for any subsequent funding.
Wow!
Well then, let us be off. The first step in our preparations shall be to obtain some prize Noctilucus jade worthy of a deity.
Welcome to the Jade Mystery, my good friends. Would you like to try your luck betting on Jade? It's cheap and it's fun, and who knows, you just might strike it rich.
Betting? No, we're here for... what was it?
Noctilucus jade, of radiant grade at the very least.
Radiant grade, Noctilucus Jade? I see. You're not a tourist. My apologies. I have some here for your perusal. What do you think? The Jade Mystery is an old name in the jade business. Just look at that wonderful quality. Rex Lapis doesn't often bless us with such finery. Go on, pick whichever one you like.
These 3 pieces really do look pretty. Not like the ones you usually dig up. But how do we pick? Should we just grab one and go?
Oh? You want me to decide? That is fine as well. If it were me, the answer would be simple.
Oh? And that would be...
I'll take them all, boss.
Oh, you act with such panache, good sir. I always knew you were not a man of ordinary caliber.
Oh, wait, boss! That one didn't count! We need to discuss it again! Hey! If we only need one for the ritual, aren't we wasting 3 times the Mora if we buy them all?
Oh, Mora. It is as you say. I suppose I overlooked this particular aspect of the transaction.
Huh? How do you not think about Mora when buying things?
If one must always consider Mora before acting, then in all things one is bound by Mora. All Mora is currency, but not all currency is Mora.
What? Is this how the rich live? Well, he knows a lot about big money, but...
No need to waver. Even when I am constrained by Mora, I have ways of working around my limitations. Evaluating the quality of Noctilucous jade is indeed very tricky. As crude ore, there is little difference in texture, lustrousness, and internal pattern between. Only after the item made using Noctilucous jade has taken shape will you be able to see whether it is up to par or not. If you return to those crafty merchants to quibble, they will counter by saying that your crafting bench is to blame, or that your heat control was poor.
Whoa! To think it's that easy to get cheated!
But there is a way to truly evaluate this jade, and a true insider would know it. A fool sees the pointer and misses the moon.
What does that mean?
If you point at the moon with your finger, a wise man knows that you are pointing at the moon, while a fool will only see the finger, the patterns, the facade. These are all the finger. Noctilucous jade is a mystical stone used to light up the darkness. Noctilucous jade of excellent quality would have superior pyroaffinity. In other words, the bluer and brighter the luster of the ore under high temperature, the higher its quality. I have imparted the priceless secrets of the jade trade to you.
Priceless, huh? Paimon's just said that we might never be able to use it again. We're back to buy some rocks, boss. But can you let us burn them first?
Burn them? You can't do that, my friends. If you were to do so, what would I have to sell? That would... well... fine. As you wish, then. How about this? I can take a small sample of all 3. I'll take a bit of a loss.
Don't worry. I know the rules. As long...
All right. Take these as samples. I've carved them off with a knife and tagged them to boot.
Aren't these too thin? Even paper's thicker. No, even a bug's wings are thicker. These are almost see-through.
Oh, you flatter me, but I have to be gentle with these rocks. They are my pride and joy. If I'd taken off even a bit more, it would have killed me.
But wouldn't something this thin go poof if we held it to the fire?
It can't be helped. Trying to deprive a merchant of his profits would be like forcing a ravenous wolf to vomit up the food in its stomach. Nonetheless, under the right conditions, these...
What sort of conditions?
While we add the high temperatures using pyro, we can use hydro to reinforce it from within. This way, the samples will not disintegrate immediately.
Oh! Oh, sir, to think you were this learned.
Strictly speaking, asking for samples when we have not yet agreed to purchase the goods is unfair. Trade in Liyue must be based upon...
Well, guess we just need to find a place to try this out. You mean at Wanmin Restaurant?
That would not do. It is a place where people come and go. They...
Ooh, Paimon remembers! We once saw this big pot down at the Data Upa Gorge. Now, let's pack those samples...
Nation of Wind. A friend of mine from Mondstadt would always bring a few bottles of locally brewed dandelion wine whenever he came to visit me in Lille. It must be said that the famed liquor of the land of pastorals is far better than Sumeru's frigid snake wine.
That's the pot! It looks like the hilly trolls are still using it. It's a big leak, but we gotta cut the line! I must leave no stone unturned. There's still soup in here! These hilly trolls sure have big appetites. This soup looks like it could be used as our hydro-elemental protection. Let's fire it up and begin our experiment. We're ready to go! Paimon will help remember which one of the three is which. Use pyro to keep making the pot hotter until we get the results we need. Mr. Zhongli said that the shinier and bluer the ore gets, the better it is, so pay close attention.
No one escapes my sight!
Whoa! That light came from the first Noctilucous Jade! Hilly trolls are surrounding us again! Were they attracted by the light? Such nosy neighbors! Let's take care of them and continue again after.
How are the intercut done?
That light came from the second Noctilucous Jade, didn't it? More hilly trolls. They don't give up, do they? Looks like they're mad that we ruined their food. Good night.
By royal decree!
Someone needs to steady as stone.
keep up with me!
Ow! That's bright! Too bright! That was the third Noctilucous Jade, wasn't it? It was so much shinier than the rest. Let's go with that one. Let's head back to the Jade Mystery to buy some jade, shall we?
You're back, my friends. I've kept the goods for you. Which of them would you like?
Exactly! That's the one Paimon remembers too!
No problem. If you have your eye on this one, you can have it.
Then we'll take a box of the third type of jade.
Done. All the same, and pardon me for asking, but I'm curious. Whatever do you need this much top-quality Noctilucous Jade for?
I suppose it would not hurt to tell you. We need them.
Parting? Oh, dear. it's hard to believe. Even though the Jade Mystery has been in decline, it is said that when our Lord lost his way while going incognito in the city 200 years ago, it was a spoon from the Jade Mystery that he had used to sample the local delights. Alas, all things must pass. Well, if this is to be used...
Are you sure? You didn't want to even give us...
If not for our Lord's protection, this city wouldn't exist as it does now. No proprietor could earn money off such a thing.
I'm sure Rex Lapis will feel your
In the safe hands of the Liu Qiqi and good honest merchants such as yourself.
All right. Thank you, my friends. What's with me getting all sentiment?
Now that we've made our choice, let's take the...
Hey, wait a minute! He said it was half price, not that we could leave without pay.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I must have forgotten to do that too. Let me see. As I thought, I did...
Any what?
Mora. My apologies. Another oversight on my part.
Oh, that won't do. This isn't some small sum. Oh, that's a relief. Have a look.
It's fine. Just enough for half price. Though, to be honest, it'd be all right even if the sum wasn't quite...
Well, it's settled then. Let's take this jade to Yujing Terrace.
Look at you bossing everyone around. You didn't cough up a single Mora.
It seems that we must.
May the Lord of Geo protect you, and fortune find you.
We can leave the jade here. I have already called for a jewelsmith to shape them into the implements that we will need. Ah, yes. I have yet to go and see Child. So, as for the jewelsmith's remuneration...
Guess we can't do anything else. Also, is this where we're doing the rite of parting?
Yes. I have already rented this location, and have begun making preparations for the rite. That's right. The Liu Qiqi have acquiesced to using the same location.
But when something this big happened here, should suspects like us really be at the crime scene? We might get caught by the Millilith. Although with that said, since we got back from Dway and Karst, none of those pesky Millilith soldiers... Also,
Traditionally, we call it the Exuvia.
Ah, right! That's what it was called. You seem to know everything, Mr. Zhongli. So...
One must think that they already have someone in mind. Or perhaps they already know. Surely they must have found all the evidence that there is to find here. These things are for the authorities in Yujing Terrace to consider. Before the rite is conducted, the Exuvia will be kept temporarily in the Golden House.
Golden House?
The only mint in Liu, which is to say the only mint in Teyvat. All the mora that flows throughout the world is minted there.
Oh, no! Paimon wasn't thinking about anything bad. But why do you know this, Miss?
Since the rite of parting has the approval of the Qixing, it is a semi-official event. As such, there is already some limited information available. Perhaps each has their motives. But this is the capital of commerce. In Liyue, where the god of contracts reigns, only contracts may not be betrayed. I, for one, have... Well then, we should go and prepare the
Perfumes? Where...
No. Perfumes used to honor the gods must be freshly decocted. Silk flower petals contain a fibrous material of good quality, often used in brocade making. Its scent, however, is most elegant.
It's time for Zhongli's lectures on high society again.
We shall not speak of the details right now. Follow me.
Hey, boss, do you sell silk flowers here?
Silk flowers? We certainly do. Which kind would you like?
Which kind? The good kind?
Ugh, you ignorant shoppers. Always coming in here with your stupid questions.
Golden Housemaiden, Valley Weaver, and Fate's Yearning. One of each to start with, if you don't mind.
My goodness, this gentleman is quite the... You two must be his servants. Please refrain from any further attempts to contribute. I'm sorry? Ah, yes. Now then, please peruse at your leisure. Do let me know if you...
Silk flowers exhibit different properties based on how their environmental conditions differ from their ancestral habitat. Nevertheless, these are fine specimens. Just look at the abundant foliage here. And these stamens, glamorous as a maiden of the Golden House. This strain isn't... By contrast, this variety thrives in any dark, damp location, often in large clusters. Morphologically, it is distinguished by the profusion of petals and densely packed stamens. Lastly, this strain is quite the recluse. Unlike its exuberant cousins, flowers and foliage are minimal, and when in season, it has a... Silk flowers have all but disappeared from the wild today due to geographical...
Wow! A true connoisseur!
I possess but a smattering of trivial knowledge. My traveler friend is the one to watch. They are on track to set foot in every corner of the world.
Oh, Mr. Zhongli, you're way too humble.
I'll take them all, boss.
Again?
How can I put this? When purchasing opera tickets, it is natural to decide based on which singer has them. But this silk flower purchase, perhaps you don't know. Tradition states that we should decoct perfume from different subspecies of silk flower when making an offering, like several other tedious and complicated traditions. But this is the only rite of parting to take place for one of the 7 in 3,700 years. As such, now that's settled, a question.
You forgot to bring money again? Zhongli.
If I may interject, did I hear you say that...
Yes, in a...
Gosh, well, why didn't you say so? It would be bad luck to say it out loud, but I've been worried. Since these flowers will be used to glorify our...
Are you serious?
Why wouldn't I be? If he hadn't written those poems in praise of my wares.
Huh. So much folklore here revolves around Liyue's deity.
Thank you, boss. I think I speak for all of us.
Our skins? You were the one who forgot to bring money.
Please, it's the least I could do.
So, now that we've got the
Ideally with the help of an expert.
Talk about first world.
Hence, I need you to help by asking around in the city.
So this time we get to go around town looking for
I will wait for you near the statue of the Seven.
Maybe we could... Lan, we need to ask you for a favor.
I stopped accepting commissions a long time ago. Sorry, you two, but you'll just have to ask another adventurer.
Oh, it's not that kind of favor. It's just...
Wow. Just wow. Do I look like the kind of girl who wears perfume to you?
Well, Paimon thinks you smell amazing. So come on, Lan.
Now that you mention it, yes, there is some. Oh, it must be from the Genshin flowers I picked on the way back.
Aha! The truth is out. Lan's got a soft spot for what?
No, they were for medicinal use only. Anyway, this is a pointless conversation. If you want to know about perfume, try talking to Qimei.
The fortune teller, right? Paimon remembers she smells pretty good. Thanks, Lan.
Feng's Ironmongers, here to serve.
Hello. How may I help?
We've come to ask you a question.
Perfume? I rarely think to use it, let alone about how to... That said, some of the cosmetics I use are... Since I usually set up my stall by the docks, I avoid perfume like the plague.
That's the worst thing Paimon's heard.
While we're on the subject, have you never heard anyone mention Ying?
Yang air? Oh, as in scent of spring?
Yes, that's her. Many a rich family's daughter has gotten her to make perfume for them.
Great! This is just the... I'll catch up.
Well, hello. You found me at last. I've been waiting for you.
What? How did you know we were
Oh, I heard a rumor about a couple who were snooping around town looking for a sweet-smelling... Actually, I was starting to worry you wouldn't find me. This is the ultimate test of my appeal, after all.
snooping around? Why are you making it out like we're bad people?
What can I say? People love to talk. Maybe you ought to be more discreet in the future if you don't want word to get around. Relax. I know why you're here. You want to get your hand on my homemade perfume, don't you? 3 in one go. My goodness. You have extreme tastes for someone your age. Maybe the rumors I heard were true after all. You're on the prowl and need some... Is that the best you could come up with? Even if you were genuinely offering perfume to a deity, that doesn't explain why you'd need 3 kinds. Sorry, your story just doesn't hold water.
Zhongli was right. People don't remember this tradition anymore.
As one of my favorite poems goes, O cherry tree, begrudge not thy blossoms as they are deflowered in the spring, for come winter, even thy sturdiest wood shall wither.
That went over Paimon's head a little.
In short, I'm happy to help. Traveler, you can be my assistant, but you'd better make sure I'm the only person on your mind while you're hanging around. So, where is a good place for making sweet... Where's that? Mondstadt? We're only making some perfume. There's no need to go to such ridiculous Somewhere closer to home will do. Let's go for the kitchen at Wan Min Restaurant.
Should I save
Cheap
this
and
money?
tasty chop suey!
I've had a word with Chef Mao. We can start work now. Are you ready to please me?
What did you say?
I meant make me proud, as my assistant, obviously. While I'm setting up, you can go and fetch some water.
Try something new at the
Cheap
Wan
and
Min
tasty
restaurant.
chop suey!
Liyue people must have iron stomachs.
this water will do nicely. Now, I need you to extract the silk flower essence using perfume making uses an altogether different technique from alchemy. Here, let me teach you. Very carefully take hold of the mortar and pestle. You need to keep your wrist firm so your hand. Now use your strong hand to stir it with a persistent rhythm. Keep going until the juices start to... Ooh, you're a natural, like a fish to water. Now take these, and don't forget to do all three. They look visually identical during the essence extraction process, but I will put them into separate containers when the...
I think I may have... Overeat. People must have iron stuff.
I'll catch up. Someone needs assistance.
Wow, this is some exquisite silk flower essence. On to the next stage, the most important one of all. The essence is placed into water and simmered. You must take care to control the heat during this process. So please, focus on control. Don't waste a drop of that essence now. We want... All three perfumes are ready, and a testament to the lengths you will go to for romance. It's so rare to see nowadays. Wow, you actually remembered my throwaway comment. You know, you're cuter than people give you credit for. If I didn't have my guard up, I can see how easily one could be taken in. Anyway, shall I give you a brief overview of each scent? It might just help you match the right scent.
Paimon wants to hear this.
This first one is sweet as candy, straight out of a fairy tale. Younger women will love it. The second one is for those with more refined tastes, the first choice for daughters of high society. Finally, the third one has a soft but lingering scent, like a mist that captures the last light of dusk. All clear? Don't get them mixed up now. You'll ruin the mood. Good. Be sure to come visit if you ever need help with anything. I'll leave you with some parting. One who tries to sail 3 boats simultaneously should be careful. Come and hang out with me at Scent of Spring sometime, okay?
Let's take these 3 perfumes over to the Statue of the Seven. Mr. Zhongli's probably been waiting a while. The Seven! Mr. Zhongli's probably been waiting. We've brought the perfumes, Mr. Zhongli. Did we take too long? You were just staring up at the
You're back. Don't worry, I haven't compared to the watch that Rex Lapis's statues have kept over Liyue.
Well, how can a person
That is true. Well, have you brought the perfume?
3 sets, and not 1 less.
Thank you both. Let us offer them up.
This is the first kind of perfume. Miss Yinger said that it's sweet as a dream, and it's liked by younger ladies. This is the second kind. It's got an elegant smell, and the daughters of high society love it. The third kind has a gentle but lingering fragrance. Something like the dusk mist, and it's a favorite of mature ladies. Oh, what was that? That's the one older ladies like, right? Does that mean that Rex Lapis is actually...
Perhaps. Rex Lapis has taken on countless forms.
Well, What a shame. We only got to see the Let's hope the Qixing...
We can leave that to the authorities. Let us focus on the fond farewell for Rex Lapis.
So, we finished another step in our preparations.
Next, I would like the two of you to help me borrow the cleansing...
Cleansing bell?
At present, a friend of mine named Madame Ping is the guardian of the cleansing bell.
Sure, but aren't you going to...
I have certain
Man, what?
All things must change. Youngster, are you here to admire? But it's a shame.
What happened to...
Back in my day, people said that if they heard beautiful sounds like... But if they heard too much wild...
So that means these flowers feed...
Yes, the rumors of Rex Lapis's death are... Some say it was a Fatui plot. Others say that the Qixing, this harbor, is like a mountain of dry tinder. Well, I shall say no more. This old woman's grown too old and naggy. That old trinket. An old friend of mine used to wear it on his... He saw me gazing at it often and gave it to me. But he told me then that if someone should come to buy... It has been many years. Still, though, I can't recall... These old bones are so slow to look for things. I doubt you can wait that long.
What a weird thing to be proud of.
All right, children, there is no need to
do you live near here?
Oh, an old lady like me can't afford to buy a place in this city. See this ceramic teapot?
How does that work? What? There's no way Paimon would fit in there. And why do you need Paimon to go in anyway?
Oh, youngsters. I simply mean that the bell is somewhere inside this teapot.
This granny is so weird. What does she mean her whole household is in here? Is she playing with us?
Youngsters, this is where this old woman keeps all her things. Quickly now, go fetch that bell.
Oh, that sounds like Granny's voice. So, this is her teapot? What's going on?
Oh dear, so many cobwebs. It seems I really haven't cleaned it in a long while. Sorry to trouble you, children. Please let an old lady clean up.
Catch up! Someone needs assistance. Did you notice? The cobwebs were made of elemental energy. How long has it been since Granny last swept this place? special teapot and the cleansing bell? Do you think this old granny could also be an adeptus? Paimon's more and more convinced that she's an adeptus. But don't they all live in Julian Karst? Why would she stay in the city? One of these too. Or at least we wouldn't have to camp outside.
Oh, you found it. Youngsters are so quick on their feet. Oh, now, let me see. All right, that'll do. Come on out now, children. Oh, in and out in no time. You youngsters really are quick. An adeptus. Oh, as to whether I am one or not, child.
Paimon kinda knows what you mean. Don't you think it's weird? Something's just happened.
Oh, don't be silly. Liyue Harbor has been... But no matter what, we have all to cry, catch the murderer at the top of one's lungs, but ignore the rite of parting. Now that you have come to borrow the bell, I guess that perhaps an old... So, why would I be unwilling to lend you the bell?
To Granny. We're supposed to return.
Oh, let you keep it. But this bell gets homesick sometimes. Who knows? It might find its way. Well, you must have things to do. Oh, and do tell the person that if they have time, they can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer.
We will.
Indeed. This is the cleansing bell. Let's place the perfume we've prepared inside. Of course. How would I know that the bell was...
That's suspicious. But if you don't want to... Oh, yes! That old granny asked us... If you have the time, you can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer, but you can always count on an old lady for a pot of tea.
That tone does not suit you. Still, her teapot is in... When a suitable time arrives, I'll bring a spot of fine tea.
So what's the next step in our preparation?
Next.
Ooh, Paimon loves kites! Are you...
No. Kites are children's toys, yet. I will explain it to you. But our next...
Oh, sure. Ah, sir, you're here. The 7...
Yes, thank you.
It's rare to see customers who want to buy this type of kite nowadays. Well, this is Mr. Zhongli from the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. So we've talked about a whole bunch of things while traveling with him. He seems to know Liyue's favorite topics, money and government, really well.
Well, that's because I prefer to share fun things with you.
Children's toys are very fun things, that's for sure. Finely crafted toys are well loved by children, but I have made kites in Liyue for 40 years, and I am
Indeed. These are decorations used in the rite of parting.
I took the liberty of coloring outside the lines when As for the kite that honors the Geo Archon, one must follow the contract. Ah, Paimon's heard that name before. Huh?
The design of this kite displays a firm grasp on the cyclicality, and these markings of tree and leaf pay due honor to wisdom in the past. Justice flows across the surface of the waters. War rages like a flame.
The compliments of a
Well then, Granny Shan, I shall take these back with me. As for the payment...
Well, allow me.
Hey, it's Child!
No, I was merely... I see Mr. Zhongli's the same as ever. When paying, well, when getting others to pay for him, he knows a great deal about money, and about the trials of the common man. Or perhaps, you could say that he cannot imagine himself...
How has he not died of hunger yet?
Child, you are as fond of jokes as ever. Well then, since we've purchased the rite of parting requires helping hands as well as material.
Oh, by the way, take this bag of money. You probably won't want to let... Seems I missed out on some interesting information. I suppose I'll just have to find a more opportune moment.
Hiring help? Sure. But let me just say first that I'm a reserve member of the Adventurers Guild.
Adventure? Venturing into the mountains to capture a few crystal flies seems adventurous enough.
That's not hard. Almost a bit too easy for a reserve adventurer.
A most fair price.
Five geocrystal flies. Yes, I do think it's worth a...
A full day of odd jobs at Yujing Terrace.
Whoa, that's expensive.
Hero of Mondstadt?
Well, you may never have heard of this hero, but it seems you've heard of Mora nonetheless. Thus,
That's too little. This price'll do. No loss to me.
Oh, help? Sure. Tick. So what's the job?
let me see. We are still missing some wooden implements over at Yujing Terrace.
No problem. That'll be 20,000 mora for it.
Done.
Let me think. Deal. This price is...
Someone needs assistance.
To our success.
All finished then? Splendid. Any leftover cash is yours to keep. A favor for the Fatui should never go unrewarded.
You think you can buy us off with some loose change? No way!
Well, how does this sound? You give me the information I need, and maybe I'll leave the Northland Bank's vaults.
What info do you need? Huh. Does that mean you know what he's after? Yikes! You're right! Signora!
You both need to calm down. I don't know what is this about? The atmosphere got so tense all.
Next, we need some everlasting incense. For this, we need to go to Boo Boo Pharmacy. The finest is...
Everything is fine. I was just informing them that they need Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be...
Paimon definitely felt like Child wasn't happy with us just now. Huh. Hello?
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Huh? Did you hear that?
The reception, it seems.
How about you go...
But no cure for heartache.
Oh, there you are! But you can't even reach the counter! Joke's on you! Paimon floats, so height is no restriction! Anyway, there's something weird about this one over here. What's the talisman doing on her forehead? It can't be.
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy. I am Qiqi. Once upon a time, Qiqi died. Then, Qiqi was saved by the Adepti. Now, Qiqi is a zombie.
Something like this would be unimaginable in Mondstadt.
Hello, little girl. Do you sell everlasting incense here?
Excuse me, sir. Did you bring your prescription?
Surely no prescription is needed to purchase everlasting incense. It's not a controlled substance.
Qiqi can get your medicine, but only if you show Qiqi your prescription. These are Qiqi's orders from Qiqi.
Zombies are limited to acting within the confines of their orders. And somehow in this case, the zombie issues her own orders to herself. My dear Qiqi, we didn't bring a prescription, I'm afraid. But we do hope that you can still help us find some everlasting incense.
Okay then.
How did you manage that?
But Qiqi helps you. You help Qiqi. Only fair.
Since when do customers need to do favors for customer service staff?
Never mind. Just think of it as a peer-to-peer transaction. That way, everybody wins.
Go to Mount Tianheng, find the Guizhong Ballista, and hunt a cocoa goat. Please and thank you.
Guizhong Ballista. It's a kind of crossbow turret, installed on Mount Tianheng by an adeptus in the distant past. Located in Tianheng Pass, it was designed to automatically fire at large monsters, protecting Liu from external...
Mr. Zhongli, really?
Apparently not quite. This is the first I have ever heard of the cocoa goat.
The cocoa goat is a legendary animal, an adeptibeast.
Did you want to add anything else, or...?
No, just that the cocoa goat is a legendary animal. What it looks like, don't know. Where to find it, don't know either. Where it came from, also don't know.
Very well then. Let's start by investigating.
What the heck is a cocoa goat? It's huge! Paimon can totally believe it took an Adeptus to build this. But how do you operate this thing? Just think how much strength you would need.
It is currently inoperable in any case. This device is broken.
Aw, what? It broke?
After millennia of wear and tear, even Adepti contraptions are difficult to maintain.
So what are we gonna do? Quick, Mr. Zhongli, use your unlimited high society knowledge powers!
You almost make it sound like I'm some sort of bourgeois parasite whose only utility lies in providing quaint pieces of trivia. That said, let me think for a moment. As I recall, there is a military supply. If we can retrieve the spare parts from where they are stored, we may—
So, what you—
I have a smatter. With the parts in hand, I could at least tinker with it.
Where is that supply post? Here, post...
These parts look— One moment. I will try to repair the device. It is done. The Guizhong ballista is more intricately—
Ooh!
It's easy enough. We simply need to do this. Look, it even has a scope.
Over here we have... nothing. And...
Hey! Just what do you think you're doing? So you fixed up this turret because you're planning to do—
Not a turret. A Guizhong ballista. Also, kindly state your name before you ask a question.
Ha! Are you blind or something? You're looking at the leader of the treasure hoarders. Oh, this area's supposed to be chock full of hidden treasures, but you can't get anywhere near them with this thing keeping watch. Last time we approached the mountain, it nearly skewered one of our guys. A few of us risked our lives to disarm it, which amazingly... The next thing you'll be repairing...
Tut-tut. Vandalizing the legacy of an Adeptus for... It is not we who need...
Want a taste of my armor?
Booba, get the stick!
Leave it up to me.
I'll catch up.
I got careful.
I'll catch up.
Eyes on me!
Oz, reveal thyself.
Such a pain.
Wings of darkness. Come, sever night virgin. Back off. Time to clean up. I must
Troubling ourselves over this rabble is not worth the time.
Oh yeah, that!
A search using the Guizhong ballista revealed no significant... What's more, a contraption built using Adeptus technology should have no trouble...
Which means... a Paimon wouldn't go that far.
We won't solve anything while standing here and racking our brains. Let's return to Boo Boo Pharmacy. Explain that we could not find a cocoa goat.
Good idea. We did our best, and that...
Forgive us. We were unable to fulfill our end of the contract. We found no trace of the cocoa goat adeptabeast of which you speak.
What a disappointment. Don't worry about it. But I feel very disappointed.
Oh, poor Qiqi. Why does Paimon feel so guilty all of a sudden?
Cocoa goat milk is tasty. So tasty. Much better than normal goat milk. Only an adeptabeast could make such tasty milk. I'm sorry. I have a poor memory. I cannot remember the name of the milk. That's why I wrote it down. Where did I put it? Ah, here. This is the name. Coconut milk.
Huh?
I owe you both an apology. I hastily agreed to what appeared to be an equitable agreement.
Never mind, Zhongli. You didn't know. As the Liyue proverb goes,
Excuse me, everyone. Did Qiqi say a bad thing?
Oh. Sorry, but Paimon's gonna leave the job of shattering this poor kiddo's world to you.
No. Impossible.
Seems Qiqi took this pretty hard.
Someone learnt a valuable life lesson today, then. Thank you all for looking after my little Qiqi.
Might I ask who...
Ah, how rude of me. I'm Baizhu, boss of the Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Paimon thought Qiqi was the boss. Turns out it's some wacko who wears medicinal ingredients around his neck. What a sorry state of affairs. This little mascot is even more of a simpleton than Qiqi. Ah! The snake is speaking! I prefer to stay silent, but faced with strangers, I must speak, lest you mistake me for an escapee.
Don't mind Chung Sheng. She's a good girl, really. As for you three...
Do you sell everlasting incense in the...
Everlasting incense?
Phew, at last. Things are...
3 million mora. Top quality. Guaranteed.
Aw, too bad the Qixing have taken it over for now. Security will be tighter than you...
3 million. An innocuous...
It's a crazy number. We'd never be able to make that much mora. And as for Mr. Zhongli...
This is correct.
What are we gonna do? Is this the part where we go...
Cocoa goat! Cocoa goat! My sides hurt.
Hey! Less laughter, more sympathy!
I'm almost in tears over here. Thank you. That was the best laugh I've had in a long time. Excuse me, sir. Dr. Baizhu, isn't it? Truly honored. I'm Child, one of the Fatui Harbingers. If Boo Boo Pharmacy needed a stable supply of, say, coconut milk, the Fatui could help by setting up a robust and speedy...
Strange. I knew the Fatui infiltrated businesses with seductive deals, but...
Coconut milk. Baizhu, quick. Qiqi wants coconut milk.
Ah, yes, of course, Qiqi. Anything you want. Thank you, child. I look forward to a successful collaboration in the future. I can give you a discount on that everlasting incense.
That's like 0 difference from the...
2,990,000. Also an innocuous number. Well, now that this is settled, we must head back to Yujing Terrace. Mr. Child, Dr. Baiju, little Miss Qiqi, see you soon.
Ah, that lot is an absolute riot. Honestly, I can't remember the last time I laughed so hard. So, you've been eavesdropping, I hope? What have I missed?
Yes, Master Child. They spoke of the Qixing taking the Golden House.
Well, Ningguang and her Qixing cronies. What else would they be hiding in the Golden House? If not the Exuvia. I apologize, but I warned you, didn't I? As the old Liu saying goes, the walls have ears.
This is good. There will be coconut milk from now on. Yeah.
What an odd exchange we've had. Well, I look...
That sound is the laughter of a man who's found new people to fleece. Someone needs assistance.
Well, as it stands, we've hired helpers, and we've acquired the
Finally!
Well, traveler, have you gained anything for odd? Which is it, I wonder? The questions that such travels raise are ever so complicated. To treat you to a meal. Yes, don't worry. Tonight, I shall take you both to an old hole in the wall.
Hole in the wall? As in a cool restaurant?
Indeed. Let us meet near the...